guys, on this week's episode of Fitness and Food Friday, we are going to be talking all about how to start dieting and how to diet successfully. No?
So today we're going to be talking about more specifics about the numbers behind dieting and how you can actually ensure that you lose the weight that you want to lose every single week. A couple weeks ago we talked about the base metabolic rate, which is important because it's the number of calories that your body burns just if you're doing nothing. And so if you want to figure out how many calories your body is expending each day, you want to add your base metabolic rate to the number of calories that you burn from weightlifting or from cardio or just whatever it is you're doing. So depending on how much weight you want to lose each week, you want to decide how much to eat based on your base metabolic rate and the amount of cardio that you're doing or amount of calories that you're burning from exercise. And so there's 3,500 calories to a pound of fat and 7 days in a week. So to make things easy, we made some meal plans where we're having you eat 500 calories below your expended calories each day with 7 days a week. That puts us at 3,500 deficit calories each week, or a pound of fat loss each week. You can calculate your base metabolic rate and your calories on your own, but for this example we chose a 19-year-old female who's 5'4" and weighs 130 pounds, who's wanting to lose, say, 10 pounds in 10 weeks. So that's just, we're going to be aiming for the 1 pound of fat loss each week for 10 weeks.
So you can find a BMR calculator online. The equation's a little bit complicated, so I would put that down here, but we're just going to go ahead and link a BMR calculator. Go click on that and figure out what your BMR is based on your height, your weight, your sex, your age, things like that. But the BMR for our example girl is 1,350 calories burned per day when she's literally doing nothing, like sitting on the couch doing nothing. And then we're going to give you sample diets based on either a workout day or an off day, because obviously it's going to be different. So for her workout day, which we're going to start with, she goes to the gym and she gets on the stair stepper for 30 minutes and she burns 350 calories. So you add the 350 calories burned to her base metabolic rate of 1,350 and you get 1,700 calories for the day. And since you want to eat 500 calories less than whatever that is, she's going to want to eat 1,200 calories that day.
So we're going to walk you through our sample menu where we're going to try and have lots of quality foods, lots of protein, lots of complex carbs, which will make it easier for you to feel less hungry while you're dieting.
So it's not about really like deprivation at all. It's really just about choosing really healthy and foods that are low calorie.
And you can lose weight so long as you stay below your calorie target, but for example, if you start with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then it's going to be much harder to stay below your target and you're going to have to starve for the rest of the day if you do that. So it's really important that you stay consistent with having good quality meals, and then you're not going to be starving at any point and you're going to have energy for the gym and throughout the day.
So for your gym day, when you're aiming to eat only 1,200 calories, we're going to start with breakfast, which is 2 eggs and a piece of toast, which really good sizable meal, and that's 250 calories.
So for lunch we're going to have 6 ounces of chicken breast and a cup of brown rice, which again, it's a lot of good complex carbs, a lot of protein there, about 50 grams of protein, and I'm sure she'll link the video below of our recipe.
Yeah, go check out our recipe from last week. We have a really good recipe on how to make some delicious chicken and brown rice, so that'll be linked below.
So that right there is 490 calories. And post-gym you're going to want to have a scoop of protein powder, preferably with water, but you could have it with skim milk or soy milk if you're keeping track of those calories and still staying under your calorie target. So that's going to be about 140 calories with water.
And then for dinner in this scenario we did a cup of whole wheat pasta, half a cup of tomato sauce, and 8 shrimp. And shrimp is a really good protein source because it's really low calorie and super delicious.
So our total calorie count for that day was 1,139 calories. So that puts you 561 calories below your target of 1,200. Which is more than enough to have you lose a pound of fat per week.
Also, walking around and things like that is going to burn extra calories, which we're not taking into account, but we want to leave you with that little bit of leeway in case you miscount your calories or, you end up slipping up. So just keep that in mind, but don't necessarily start calculating calories burned from walking to class or something like that.
So for our second sample meal plan, we're going to have meals that you can eat for your off day when you're not going to the gym and when you're not having the extra calories burned. So for this day, we're just using the 1,350 base metabolic rate, and then we're going to try and eat 500 below that, meaning that we're going to try and have 850 calories for the day.
So for breakfast, you're going to have a cup of oatmeal with some Splenda as the sweetener, and 5 strawberries, plus a quarter of a cup of skim milk, and that's 204 calories. This is one of my favorite breakfasts. I really like this because I'm a sweet person, not a savory person at breakfast, and so it's really important to me to get some some sugar in my diet in the morning, which Donnie does not approve of. But this is a good healthy way to do it, and the Splenda is no calories, so that's a good sweetener to use. And that's only 204 calories.
Okay, and so for lunch we're gonna have a ham sandwich with about 3 ounces of ham, which is, I don't know, 4 or 5 slices of ham, maybe a little more, and then 2 slices of whole wheat bread. And in terms of putting stuff on your sandwich, you're probably going to want to avoid the cheese. You know, a slice of cheese, about 100 calories, just pure fat there. It's not really necessary.
Same with mayo.
Right. So for condiments, mustard's pretty good. Maybe
Tasty.
light mayo if you're going to go there, but that's still pretty high calorie. So again, it's all about what you want to budget in for your calories. But then again, it's like we said before, it's a lot better to have 50 calories of good protein or complex carbs than it is to have 50 calories, 100 calories of mayo or cheese. It's just going to fill you up a lot more.
So instead, maybe trade your mayo or your cheese for half an apple, because that'll kind of, again, soothe that sweet tooth that you maybe have going on, and it's a healthier, more filling option.
So that ham sandwich plus half an apple is going to be 310 calories.
And then for dinner, we're going to do 4 ounces of chicken breast and 1 medium sweet potato. Again, this is all about just your sugar cravings that day. I love sweet potatoes. I think they're really satisfying, and they're a really healthy complex carb that you can eat. And that is 286 calories.
And so the total calories for the day, that puts us at 800 calories, which is 550 calories below the base metabolic rate, and that's going to put you on a good track to losing your pound of fat per week. Because again, if you repeat the cycle for workout day and off day for, you know, the entire week, that'll put you, you know, about 3,800 calories deficit, which is more than enough to have you lose a pound of fat. So if you can do this week to week, following this diet for workout days and off days, you're definitely going to lose a pound of fat per week without fail. Because, you know, your body, you can't put on weight, you can't maintain your body weight if you're eating a deficit. If you're eating below what your body burns, it's just,
there's just no way.
It's just numbers. You can't eat less and maintain your weight.
And calculating the calories for each of these is really easy. We literally just sat, he was sitting on my bed, I was at my computer, we were looking up whatever the ingredients that were going into this or the components. You just Google, like, you know, 6 ounces of chicken breast and it comes up with how many calories are in it. So it's super easy to do for yourself. Obviously, you're gonna get bored eating these like meals that we suggested every single day. So just calculate your own, and it's really easy. Maybe keep like a food journal or a running tab on your phone or something so you can keep track of it throughout the day. But really, really easy and not hard to do by any means. So last thing we'll do is leave you with a few tips that will hopefully help with your weight loss goals. First of all, Donnie is always reminding me, don't drink juice throughout the day because they're random calories that add up really quickly and are super unnecessary. So for example, a glass of orange juice, which I would normally drink in the morning, has 166 calories, which is like, that's a ton. Like that's like half your breakfast. Right, that's for 12 ounces.
And if you're looking that up, you know, you might find the serving for orange juice, it might say 1 cup, 8 ounces, but if you're pouring yourself a big tall glass of orange juice, it's most likely going to be 12 ounces, which is going to be, you know, 150% of that serving that you'll find online.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's, the calories there from pure sugar, they're not really going to fill you up, you know. If you have 170 calories, that's much better spent on some chicken breast or some, you know, good brown rice or sweet potato that's actually going to keep you full and not feeling like you're starving yourself on your diet. So that's also really important. And then, you know, things like nuts and avocados and peanut butter are healthy for you. They are healthy fats, you know, for brain function and stuff like that. But if you're trying to stay low on your calorie count, although they are healthy, they're definitely going to give you a hard time staying under your calorie count. Half an avocado is, let's see, it's about 140 calories. An ounce of almonds is up there too.
170 calories.
And then 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is 188 calories. So those are all things where, you know, you can rack up calories really quickly.
188 calories is like almost as much as your cup of oatmeal plus the strawberries and your quarter cup of skim milk. Like that's ridiculous.
Exactly. So I mean, you might, I don't know. If you're eating those 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, you might get satisfaction for about 30 seconds. It's not going to fill you up, and then you're going to be starving for the rest of the day if you're, you know, sticking to your goal. So it's just not worth it. And
that goes along very closely with not snacking, instead waiting for your bigger meals because they really should keep you full. But if you are snacking, make sure that you're keeping track of it, you're making healthy choices, and ultimately just that you're staying under your calorie count, because as long as you're under your calorie count, you are going to be losing the weight.
And you can follow the same metric of the 3,500 calories being equivalent to a pound of fat or a pound of muscle, and, you know, change your diet accordingly. For example, if you're trying to gain a pound of muscle each week, then you're going to want to be eating 500 calories above what you're expending. And if you want to gain 2 pounds, you know, you want to be eating 1,000 above. And if you want to lose 2 pounds, you want to be eating 1,000 below. But 500 is a good amount where you're not going to be starving yourself. Of course, it's possible to eat 1,000 below, but then again, on your off day, if you're only, you know, burning 1,350 calories with your base metabolic rate, realistically, it's not smart to be eating 350 calories in a day.
You're not going to function well.
I mean, the only way you're doing that is just with, you know, greens and stuff like that, which is just not going to give you the energy to work out. You're not going to be functioning well.
Yeah, it's ultimately going to kind of hurt you in your long-term goals. So we hope that this was helpful. I'm going to have all of this information done in a blog post because I know it was a lot to take in. So go ahead and check that out. It'll be linked below and you can kind of use this as a guide. Again, check out the BMR calculator, which is really helpful and what you're going to need to base all of this off of. So we hope you enjoyed. We hope that you found this helpful, and leave any questions, comments, concerns in the comments below, and we will see you guys next week. Bye!